Are you an Android developer diving into Swift programming and feeling overwhelmed by JSON parsing? You're not alone. Today, we're going to simplify Alamofire response object mapping for you. I totally get it. Transitioning to a new programming language can be challenging, especially when dealing with API calls and JSON responses. Many developers face this hurdle, and it can be frustrating. Here's the specific situation we're addressing. One user asked how to convert a JSON string into a generic response class using Alamofire, an Alamofire object mapper. They provided their code and mentioned they were stuck on a particular line. Sound familiar? Let's work through this together. So what's the issue here? The user is trying to map a JSON response to a model class, but is unsure how to convert the JSON string into the generic response class they are using. This is a common stumbling block when working with Alamofire and object mapper. And stick around. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of how to handle JSON mapping in Swift, and I promise you'll feel more confident in your coding skills. To resolve the issue with converting the JSON string into the response class generic object, the user should first ensure that the response class conforms to the mappable protocol. This is crucial for object mapper to properly map the JSON data. Next, the user should modify the line where the response object is created. Instead of using the response class initializer directly, they should use the initializer of the specific class type that is being passed in. Additionally, the user should handle the case where JSON string might be nil. This can be done by safely unwrapping the JSON string before using it to create the response object. Finally, the user should ensure that the response object is being used correctly after it is created. They should check if the response object is nil and handle that scenario appropriately. Fun fact, did you know that JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation? It's a lightweight format that's easy for humans to read and write, and easy for machines to parse and generate. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative solution suggests using Alamofire Mapper for easier response object mapping. This approach utilizes a decodable class to handle JSON responses seamlessly. The user provides a sample JSON response and demonstrates how to define a user response class to match the structure of the JSON. They also show how to make a GET request using Alamofire. Let's take a look at another answer from another user. This user suggests an alternative approach using Swift4's codable protocol for JSON serialization. They explain that instead of relying on object mapper, you can create a model that conforms to decodable. This allows you to easily decode JSON data into your model without additional dependencies. The user provides a helper function to handle the decoding process, which simplifies the response handling in Alamofire. They also mention that for nested JSON, the same principles apply, ensuring all structs conform to decodable. Finally, they demonstrate how to make an API call using this new approach, showing how to process the response directly into your model. Let's take a look at an answer from another user. An alternative approach suggested by another user is to use SwiftUI for handling JSON responses. They provide an example of making a GET request with Alamofire and checking for errors in the response. Let's check out another perspective from a different user. An alternative approach suggested by another user involves using the Alamofire Object Mapper library for object mapping. They recommend declaring an array of base response before the view loads. After receiving the API response, you can convert the JSON data into an array of base response objects using the map array function. Here's a pro tip. Always validate your JSON response before trying to map it to your model. This can save you a lot of headaches down the line. And there you have it. With these tips, you should be able to handle Alamofire response object mapping with ease. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more coding tips and tricks.